Capricorn, God himself is urging you to watch this right now before November 8, 11:59 p.m. If you scroll past, if you ignore this, you might miss a moment that has been orchestrated specifically for your life, a moment that can change everything you have been waiting for. Comment, "I'm ready," below if you feel this calling in your spirit, because what I'm about to reveal will stir something deep inside you, a stirring that has been waiting silently for you to recognize it. This is not coincidence. The signs have been there, the whispers have been there, and now the timing is divine. Have you ever noticed how sometimes life seems to push you in directions you don't understand? How small encounters or repeated numbers feel almost impossible to ignore? There was a woman named Miriam, a Capricorn like you, who lived an ordinary life in the city, feeling unnoticed, unheard, and unrecognized. She worked her 9-to-5 job, went home, and repeated the cycle daily, always feeling like something was missing. One morning she noticed a sequence of numbers appearing everywhere, on receipts, license plates, clocks, 11:11, 3:33, 7:7. She shrugged it off at first, but the more she ignored them, the more persistent they became. It was a gentle but insistent push from the universe. Little did she know that was her first sign that she was on the verge of a breakthrough that would not just change her career, but her destiny. This is the story of how God uses the smallest things to guide you toward the largest miracles. Look at Joseph in the Bible, a man betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, thrown into prison for crimes he did not commit, yet every step he took was divinely guided. At first, the path seemed impossible, unfair, and cruel, but every setback was positioning him for the moment when he would rise to prominence, second only to Pharaoh. Capricorn, just like Joseph, you may feel trapped, overlooked, or underappreciated. The signs are there, but you must see them, acknowledge them, and respond. Even in history, timing and divine orchestration have always played a silent role. Abraham Lincoln failed multiple elections before finally becoming one of the most important presidents the world has ever known. Imagine if he had given up after the first, second, or third failure, how many lives would have been different? Capricorn, you are in your own season of silent preparation, and every discouragement, every delayed answer is not a punishment, it is divine alignment. There is a celebrity story that mirrors this energy perfectly. Oprah Winfrey, a woman who faced rejection, betrayal, and dismissal in her early career, received signs she could not ignore, a strange persistence of opportunities that seemed coincidental, but were in fact carefully orchestrated. Every job she nearly lost, every rejection she faced, was lining her up for a purpose far greater than she could have imagined at the time. Capricorn, your life is being lined up in a similar way, but you must notice the patterns. You must respond to the nudges. I want you to reflect on the small moments, the unexpected phone calls, the sudden messages, the encounters that feel random but keep repeating in your life. These are not accidents. God's hand is moving silently, weaving your future in ways you cannot yet see. There was a man named Elijah who noticed small birds bringing food to him in the wilderness at the exact time when he thought he had nothing left. That same principle applies to you. What seems small, what seems random, what seems insignificant is part of a larger divine orchestration, Capricorn. Now consider the power of timing. Hannah from the Bible prayed desperately for a child. Her prayers went unanswered for years, yet she persisted. Her persistence, her faith, her attention to divine timing led her to give birth to Samuel, who changed the course of Israel's history. Capricorn, your persistent faith, your careful, diligent energy is not unnoticed. The universe, God, and even the people around you may not yet understand, but your season is coming. Look around the world and you will see this pattern everywhere. Inventions, breakthroughs, revolutions, they all happened at the perfect time. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before finally creating the light bulb. The universe has a rhythm, a timing that is invisible to the human eye. Every rejection, every failure, every delay you have faced has been preparing you for a moment that is now within reach. Capricorn, the alignment you have been praying for is closer than you think. I want to tell you a story about a man named Samuel, not the biblical Samuel, but a modern Capricorn who was struggling with his business. Month after month, he faced loss after loss. One evening, completely exhausted, he decided to take a walk. On that walk, he stumbled upon a stranger who casually mentioned an opportunity he had never considered. That encounter changed everything. A collaboration, a partnership, a windfall of success that no one could have predicted. Samuel never thought a casual walk could have been the turning point, but Capricorn, that is how the universe works. Small, seemingly insignificant encounters are often the start of life-changing events. You must pay attention to the divine signals in your own life. Your phone vibrating at odd hours, repeated names in your conversations, a song playing over and over on the radio, all of it can be part of a message. There is a divine language, Capricorn, and the universe is speaking to you in ways you cannot ignore. When you begin to respond to these signs, doors you didn't know existed will start opening. Now some of you may feel skeptical, thinking, this is just coincidence. But look at the stories of those who trusted intuition, divine timing, and the whispers of God in their lives. Esther, a young woman who appeared ordinary, was placed in the palace at the exact moment her courage could save her people. Imagine being in her shoes, feeling the weight of destiny pressing down on you, knowing that every small decision could have consequences far beyond your imagination. Capricorn, your life is reaching one of those decisive moments right now. There is also a lesson in patience. Abraham waited decades for the promises God gave him. Sometimes you may feel the weight of waiting, the frustration of seeing nothing change despite your efforts. Yet in that waiting, your preparation is occurring, your faith is strengthening, your vision is becoming sharper. Do not despise the waiting, it is a necessary part of your story. Let me share a modern example. There was a Capricorn musician struggling for years to get recognition. Every song rejected, every gig missed, every door closed, but she never stopped creating. One day, a famous producer happened to hear a song she wrote in passing, something no one else was meant to hear. That song became a hit, launching her career into unimaginable heights. Capricorn, your persistence is the hidden engine of your breakthrough. Even in small choices, there is divine guidance. Imagine a man choosing a bus to catch on a rainy morning. He takes the wrong bus, meets someone who gives him advice that changes his financial trajectory completely. It sounds like a coincidence, but Capricorn, it is divine orchestration. You are being guided in ways you cannot yet understand, nudged in directions that may seem small but are crucial. Do you remember the story of Jonah? He tried to run from the call of God, ended up in the belly of a whale, and yet, in the midst of impossibility, God's plan was working. Capricorn, no matter how stuck, no matter how trapped, no matter how impossible the situation seems, your breakthrough is working silently. You may feel resistance now, but it is the pressure before the diamond emerges. Look at historical moments that seemed accidental but were pivotal. Rosa Parks sitting on that bus, refusing to give up her seat, sparking a movement that changed a nation. The world doesn't always see it coming, but destiny always moves in alignment with courage, timing, and faith. Capricorn, your courage in the smallest choices can have monumental consequences, even beyond what you can imagine. There is a celebrity who mirrors this path, Keanu Reeves. Before his fame, he faced loss, heartbreak, and professional setbacks that would have stopped anyone else. But he stayed consistent, stayed humble, and kept showing up. The world only saw the results later, but Capricorn, your world is noticing the seeds you are planting right now, even if it feels invisible. Even the seemingly mundane moments hold clues. A forgotten notebook, a random message, a dream you cannot forget. These are breadcrumbs leading you to your divine assignment. There is a rhythm to life that only those who pay attention can hear. Capricorn, your ability to notice, to act, and to believe in the unseen will define the next chapter of your life. There are signs in relationships too. People who suddenly appear, disappear, or act in ways that seem strange, they are messengers in your story. Sometimes it is a warning, sometimes it is an opportunity, and sometimes it is the exact person who will unlock the door to your future. Pay attention. Capricorn, your interactions today are not random. They are strategic, orchestrated by divine wisdom. Now think about this. Many Capricorns live life with caution, always calculating, always planning. That is your strength, but sometimes the universe asks you to leap without knowing the full path. Miriam, the woman I mentioned earlier, finally accepted an unexpected invitation that seemed risky. That one decision, made in faith, brought her a partnership that multiplied her career and transformed her finances. Capricorn, the nudges you feel now may be asking you for your leap of faith. Even in the natural world, there are signs. Birds appearing out of nowhere, ants moving in strange formations, sudden changes in weather at precise moments, nature often acts as a messenger for spiritual truths. If you learn to read these signs, Capricorn, you will navigate life in alignment with destiny rather than merely surviving. There is a hidden rhythm in timing. God rarely announces everything at once. He whispers, nudges, and sometimes delays to prepare your character and your understanding. Every delay is a lesson, every hardship is a teacher, and every tiny miracle is a signal. Look back on your life. Those coincidences you ignored may have been life-altering messages you missed. Capricorn, the moment to respond is now. Consider the story of Samuel again, the modern Capricorn, whose casual walk led him to a life-changing opportunity. There are countless invisible threads in your life, Capricorn, connecting people, events, and moments in ways that seem random but are deeply intentional. Every step you take, every decision you make, is a part of the tapestry being woven just for you. The unseen forces in your life are not abstract, they are real. They push, they guide, they redirect. Many Capricorns resist them because they cannot measure them, cannot control them. But the truth is, those who surrender to the divine timing, those who heed the whispers, are the ones who break through to levels others only dream of. Even in history, we see these patterns. Alexander the Great met mentors, faced battles, and conquered lands with precision timing that seems too perfect to be random. Every step was aligned with forces beyond the visible. Capricorn, you too are being aligned for something monumental, something only you can fulfill. Your faith, Capricorn, is the magnet that draws the invisible toward you. If you have felt overlooked, ignored, or undervalued, that is exactly the positioning required before a divine turn of events. Consider the story of Hannah once more. Her patience and prayer birthed a prophet. You may not see it yet, but the labor of your persistence is growing into the breakthrough your spirit has been longing for. There will be moments, Capricorn, when you feel compelled to act, to speak, to step forward. Those moments are your appointment with destiny. Miss them, and the opportunity might pass. Act, and the doors you have been dreaming of will begin to open. Do not underestimate the power of timing, of faith, and of listening to the whispers. Now notice how the world is suddenly presenting repeated signs to you, numbers, messages, encounters. These are not coincidences. They are divine nudges, urging you to prepare for what is coming. Many Capricorns ignore them because they appear subtle, even trivial. But within these nudges lies the seed of transformation. Even celebrities, historical figures, and biblical characters faced the invisible pressure before the breakthrough. Oprah faced rejection, Joseph faced betrayal, Lincoln faced failure, Esther faced danger. Every one of them reached the moment when the invisible alignment became visible, when the whispers became reality. Capricorn, you are on the verge of that moment too. The miracle you have been waiting for has been quietly moving toward you. Every person who disappears, every door that closes, every delay in your plan is part of the invisible weaving of your destiny. What you have been praying for is not delayed, it is being prepared with precision. Capricorn, if you have been feeling unseen, unheard, or unrecognized, know that this is your season to be noticed. Even the smallest actions you take now, even the smallest decisions, will have a ripple effect that will change everything around you. The universe is waiting for you to act, to step into the alignment that has been quietly forming around you. There is a final truth you must understand. Timing is everything. You have been tested, prepared, and positioned for a moment that is so precise it may feel almost impossible. The signs have been there, the nudges have been persistent. And the opportunity has been waiting quietly for you to recognize it. Capricorn, the breakthrough is closer than you think. The whispers have been real, the signs have been consistent, the unseen forces are present, your leap of faith is required, your courage is being measured, your patience is about to pay off. The moment of your life-altering encounter, your miracle, your breakthrough, though hidden, is already moving toward you. And yet something unexpected is waiting just beyond what you can see. A person, a message, an opportunity so precise, so perfectly timed, that when it arrives, it will feel like the universe itself has spoken directly into your life. The moment is almost here. Capricorn, what you are about to hear is not just a story. It is a reflection of the precise forces moving in your life right now. If you have ever felt that invisible hand guiding you, nudging you, or pushing you in directions you cannot explain, pay attention. Comment, "I'm ready," below to acknowledge that you see these forces working, and like this video to open the doors that are quietly waiting to swing wide open. You have been positioned for a moment that will demand your courage, your clarity, and your readiness to step into the alignment that has been silently preparing you. Imagine a man named David, a Capricorn who had been working tirelessly in a small office, overlooked and underestimated by everyone around him. Month after month, he saw others around him rewarded, praised, and promoted, while his efforts went unnoticed. He felt the weight of stagnation pressing on his spirit. One day, a stranger entered his life unexpectedly, a mentor who asked him a single question that made him pause. "Are you ready to see your life differently?" That question, simple as it was, ignited a spark. Capricorn, life often arrives disguised as a question, an encounter, or a fleeting message that only the observant notice. Those who see it act on it, those who ignore it remain stuck. Consider the story of Joseph again, and how he interpreted dreams that others could not understand. Those dreams guided him, warned him, and prepared him for the rise he could not yet see. Capricorn, your life is full of subtle messages, hidden in your interactions, in the timing of events, and in the synchronicities that surround you every day. Like Joseph, your ability to perceive and act on these messages will set you apart from others who walk past the signs blindly. Even in history, alignment works in ways that often seem invisible at first. Winston Churchill faced years of political rejection before the world needed his leadership at the exact moment of crisis. Every delay, every setback, every whispered doubt shaped the timing of his emergence. Capricorn, your current struggles, your silent prayers, and your unrecognized efforts are preparing you for a moment that only divine timing could arrange. There is a modern story that mirrors this perfectly. A young musician, rejected by every record label in her city, was about to give up entirely. One evening, she attended a gathering she almost skipped, a choice made from the smallest spark of curiosity. There, she met a producer who heard her sing and immediately saw potential. That meeting led to a career that would touch millions. Capricorn, the universe often moves in whispers, in near-invisible nudges, and in opportunities that seem trivial until they explode into life-altering moments. You may have noticed repetitive patterns, coincidences that seem impossible, or people appearing and disappearing at the exact moments you needed guidance. Those are not coincidences. That is the invisible architecture of your life being arranged to open doors you cannot yet see. Every time you feel a tug, a push, or a sudden inspiration, it is the universe signaling that your time is closer than you imagine. Engage with those moments. Comment below about a time when something small turned into a life-changing opportunity for you. The more you acknowledge these signals, the more aligned you become to receive what is waiting. Look at the biblical story of Esther, a young woman seemingly ordinary, placed in the palace by chance, whose courage to speak at the right time would change the destiny of her people forever. Capricorn, your ordinary-seeming days, your unnoticed efforts, and your quiet resilience are shaping the moment when your voice, your action, or your presence will carry the weight of transformation. Do not underestimate the invisible preparation of your life. Consider the life of a famous entrepreneur like Steve Jobs. Fired from the company he founded, he faced public embarrassment and personal doubt. Yet it was precisely in that period of loss and isolation that the ideas, the networks, and the vision emerged that would later define a revolutionary era. Capricorn, even the setbacks that feel crushing now are fertile ground for the breakthrough that has been silently growing beneath the surface. There is a story of a Capricorn woman, Clara, who had been struggling to sell her artwork for years. Every gallery turned her away. Every opportunity seemed closed. One day, she decided to attend an art auction she almost ignored. A collector noticed her work and purchased a piece on impulse, introducing her to networks that propelled her career into an entirely new stratosphere. That single decision to step into the moment she almost skipped changed her life forever. Capricorn, the universe often hides miracles behind moments you might overlook. Now think about Jonah. He tried to run from his calling, only to find himself swallowed by circumstances that seemed impossible. Within the chaos, he discovered clarity, direction, and alignment he could not have reached by avoiding the call. Capricorn, resistance is often the signal that your breakthrough is near. The very pressure you feel now is the indicator that divine forces are positioning you for a turn that will feel impossible until it happens. Even in the natural world, there are signs waiting for you. A sudden flock of birds, ants marching in unusual patterns, a storm arriving at an unexpected time. Nature communicates in ways that mirror divine timing. Every element, every encounter, every coincidence carries the potential to guide you if you are awake enough to notice. Capricorn, your ability to recognize these signals is directly connected to the speed and magnitude of the breakthrough coming your way. Historical events reveal patterns of unseen orchestration. Rosa Parks' quiet courage changed the course of a nation. Alexander the Great's early encounters with mentors and adversaries set him on a path to conquer lands far beyond ordinary expectation. Each moment, each person, each encounter was perfectly aligned with forces beyond human understanding. Capricorn, your current circumstances are no different. They are setting the stage for a pivotal moment in your life that has been quietly arranged. Unseen, but incredibly precise. There are moments in your daily life that hold more significance than you imagine. A casual meeting, a brief conversation, a random message. These are all threads in the tapestry of your destiny. David, the Capricorn I mentioned, began noticing these threads. A stranger's advice, an unexpected call from an old friend, a sudden job offer. It all seemed coincidental until he realized that each event was guiding him toward a life-changing decision. Capricorn, your life is full of these threads, and the ones you notice and act upon will define your destiny. Even celebrities face these invisible pressures. Keanu Reeves endured heartbreak, loss, and setbacks that would have stopped most people. Yet he continued showing up, believing in the unseen, persisting through adversity. The world only saw the result, but every hardship was shaping him for a moment where his life aligned perfectly with the opportunities presented. Capricorn, you are experiencing your own hidden preparation, and each challenge you face is a necessary step toward the breakthrough waiting for you. Every delay, every disappointment, and every seemingly trivial moment is building toward your alignment. Thomas Edison failed countless times before his light bulb illuminated the world. The universe measures your persistence, Capricorn, not just your immediate success. Those who endure, notice, and act in faith are the ones who receive the miracles that seem impossible to others. Consider Samuel, the modern Capricorn, once more. His casual walk, seemingly mundane, led to an encounter that transformed his entire future. Every person you meet, every path you cross, and every decision to act or not act carries consequences beyond your immediate understanding. Capricorn, these invisible threads are guiding you toward a moment that cannot be missed. You may have felt unseen, unheard, or undervalued, but that is exactly the positioning required before a divine breakthrough. Abraham waited decades for the promises he was given. Every delay, every testing, and every moment of doubt strengthened his faith and sharpened his vision. Capricorn, your patience and persistence are not wasted. They are building the foundation for a transformation that is approaching rapidly. Now the universe is presenting repeated signs in your life: numbers, names, messages, songs, encounters. These are the nudges you have been waiting for. Those who ignore them remain in stagnation. Those who engage, act, and trust see the invisible alignment become visible in their lives. Comment below a recent sign you received and notice how the universe responds when you acknowledge it. Capricorn, your responsiveness is part of the preparation for your imminent breakthrough. Even in relationships, the people who enter, exit, or reappear in your life at precise moments are often messengers in your journey. Some are opportunities, some are warnings, and some are the exact catalyst for your breakthrough. Capricorn, the encounters you are having now are carefully orchestrated. Pay attention, engage consciously, respond faithfully. The alignment is moving, whether you notice it or not. Your careful planning, your diligence, your persistence, all of these Capricorn traits are preparing you for a leap that may feel uncertain. Miriam's choice to attend a gathering she almost skipped led to a career-transforming opportunity. Small decisions, made in alignment with the divine, often lead to monumental results. Capricorn, the nudges you feel now are calling you to your leap of faith. Even nature communicates messages in subtle ways. Birds, insects, sudden weather patterns, unusual occurrences all serve as divine signals if you are attentive. Capricorn, the awareness you cultivate now will allow you to navigate life in harmony with your destiny rather than merely reacting to circumstances. Timing is everything. God rarely announces the full plan at once. He whispers, nudges, and sometimes delays to prepare you. Every obstacle, every setback, every hidden moment of progress is orchestrating your life toward alignment. Capricorn, those coincidences you've ignored may have been life-altering signs waiting for your attention. Samuel, Clara, Miriam, and countless others all demonstrate that casual, almost insignificant moments often lead to life-changing encounters. Capricorn, your awareness, your responsiveness, and your courage in these moments will determine the trajectory of your next chapter. Invisible forces are real. They push, guide, and redirect. Resistance often indicates that your breakthrough is near. The pressure you feel now is the precursor to transformation. Your life is aligning quietly, invisibly, in ways you cannot yet fully understand. Even historical events show invisible orchestration at work. Alexander's mentorship, Rosa Parks' courage, Churchill's timing, all aligned beyond human understanding. Capricorn, your current circumstances are no different. They are creating the stage for your decisive moment. Faith acts as the magnet drawing the invisible toward you. If you feel overlooked, undervalued, or unrecognized, that is your preparation. The labor of persistence, the unseen work, is the foundation for the breakthrough that is approaching. The signs, the whispers, the nudges, they are consistent. Your leap of faith, your courage, your attentiveness, they are required. The moment of your breakthrough is moving silently toward you. Even now, the person, message, or opportunity that will redefine your life is closer than you imagine. It is timed, orchestrated, and precise. Capricorn, the forces around you are converging, preparing a moment that will feel impossible until it occurs. The unseen architecture of your life is moving, positioning you, and preparing you for a precise encounter. Your breakthrough, your miracle, your alignment, though hidden, is approaching with precision. And yet, just beyond your current vision, something extraordinary is waiting. A person, a message, an opportunity so perfectly timed that when it arrives, it will feel like the universe itself has spoken directly into your life. The moment is closer than you think, Capricorn. The invisible threads are pulling together. The alignment is almost complete. Capricorn, everything you've been waiting for is closer than you think. If you feel the stirring in your spirit right now, if you've been sensing something beyond explanation, comment, "I'm ready," below to claim this moment, and like the video to open the doors that are silently waiting to swing open in your life. You are on the edge of something monumental, something that has been quietly orchestrated for your destiny, and the signs you've been seeing are more than coincidence. They are divine nudges guiding you to your breakthrough. There was a man named Elijah, a Capricorn who had been struggling for years in his career. Every project he worked on seemed to fail. Every opportunity slipped through his fingers, and yet he continued. One evening, completely exhausted, he received a message from an old colleague he hadn't spoken to in years. That simple message contained a connection that would lead him to a collaboration, one that completely transformed his career and put him on a path he had only dreamed about. Capricorn, the universe communicates in subtle ways, and your attention to these whispers can be the difference between stagnation and transformation. Think about Joseph again, who went from the pit to the palace. Every betrayal, every prison, every perceived setback was a carefully guided step toward the moment when he would rise above everything that seemed impossible. Capricorn, your life is following a similar trajectory. The hardships, the waiting, the small signs you've been noticing, they are not random. They are aligning to bring a shift so precise it may feel almost unreal when it happens. Even in history, the most extraordinary events come from precise timing. Abraham Lincoln faced years of defeat before his leadership became crucial for an entire nation. Imagine if he had given up on the first, second, or third loss, so many lives would have been different. Capricorn, your patience and resilience are being tested now, and every moment of endurance is preparing you for a revelation you can barely imagine. There was a young Capricorn woman named Hannah who had been praying and working tirelessly to get her life in order. She faced repeated rejections, obstacles, and setbacks that seemed impossible to overcome. One day, she accepted an invitation she had almost ignored, a simple meeting that seemed inconsequential. That meeting introduced her to someone who became the catalyst for her career, a partnership that multiplied her success and brought recognition she had long desired. Capricorn, the universe often hides life-changing miracles in moments that seem ordinary. Your awareness now is key. Consider the story of Esther. She was a young woman who seemed ordinary, but she was placed in a palace at exactly the right time, and her courage to act in faith changed the destiny of an entire nation. Capricorn, your ordinary-seeming days, the unnoticed efforts, and the silent resilience are preparing you for the moment when your courage, your choices, and your presence will carry the weight of transformation. Think about modern examples. Oprah Winfrey, rejected and underestimated in her early career, faced numerous obstacles before reaching the level of influence she now holds. The signs, the opportunities, and the seemingly small moments she noticed and acted upon led to a life that changed millions. Capricorn, you are being prepared in a similar way, and the moments you are ignoring could hold the keys to your breakthrough. Your awareness, Capricorn, is your power. Repeated numbers, coincidences, unexpected encounters, dreams that seem to replay, these are messages you must not ignore. Every time you notice and act, you align yourself with the forces moving in your favor. Comment below a time when the universe tried to guide you. Your recognition of it is a magnet that draws your destiny closer. There was a Capricorn man named Samuel, whose life was filled with setbacks. He faced rejection after rejection, loss after loss, and yet one ordinary day, he chose to take a walk he almost skipped. During that walk, he met a person who introduced him to an opportunity that completely transformed his financial trajectory. Capricorn, casual moments often hide life-changing opportunities, and your readiness to engage is what unlocks them. Even celebrities like Keanu Reeves endured heartbreak, loss, and setbacks that would have ended most careers. His persistence, his humility, and his faith in the unseen forces around him shaped the opportunities that came later. Capricorn, your challenges are not punishments, they are preparatory steps toward the breakthrough that has been moving toward you silently. Timing is everything. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb, yet each failure prepared him for the one success that would illuminate the world. Capricorn, the universe measures your persistence, your patience, and your faith. Every obstacle, every disappointment, every hidden effort is positioning you for a breakthrough that may feel impossible until it happens. There are signs all around you, Capricorn. A bird appearing unexpectedly, a sudden encounter, a dream repeating itself. These are breadcrumbs leading you to your breakthrough. Miriam, a Capricorn woman, noticed repeated signs in her life, small coincidences that she almost ignored. When she finally acted on them, they led her to a partnership that changed her life entirely. Capricorn, your awareness is directly linked to your ability to receive the alignment that has been quietly forming around you. Even in history, invisible orchestration shapes outcomes. Rosa Parks' courage changed the course of a nation. Alexander the Great's mentors and adversaries positioned him for conquest. Churchill's timing prepared him to lead through crisis. Capricorn, your current circumstances are no different. The universe is quietly arranging the people, events, and opportunities that will define your next chapter. Your small decisions matter more than you know. Every conversation, every message, every fleeting encounter could be the trigger for a life-altering opportunity. David, the Capricorn man I mentioned, began noticing these threads in his life. Each small action he took, each response he made, brought him closer to the life he had been longing for. Capricorn, your responsiveness to these signs now determines the trajectory of the next stage of your life. Faith is your magnet. If you feel overlooked or undervalued, that is the positioning required before your divine moment. Abraham waited decades for his promises. Hannah's prayer and persistence birthed Samuel, a prophet who changed the course of a nation. Capricorn, your preparation, your persistence, and your silent efforts are the foundation for the breakthrough that is approaching rapidly. Now the universe is presenting repeated signs in your life, numbers, names, encounters, and messages that cannot be ignored. These nudges are the keys to your breakthrough. Those who acknowledge them, act on them, and trust in the timing will find doors opening that others cannot even imagine. Engage with them. Comment below your recent sign and see how acknowledgement activates divine movement in your life. Relationships are part of this alignment. People entering, leaving, or reappearing at precise moments are messengers. Some carry warnings, some carry opportunities, and some are catalysts for your breakthrough. Capricorn, pay attention to the interactions you are having now. They are orchestrated for your alignment, whether you notice it or not. The courage to act in the smallest moments leads to monumental results. Miriam attended a meeting she almost skipped, which transformed her career. Every decision you make now, Capricorn, could be the leap of faith that triggers a chain reaction leading to your long-awaited breakthrough. Nature also carries messages. Birds, insects, storms, sudden weather changes, they all reflect the hidden timing in your life. Your ability to notice these signs aligns you with forces beyond human understanding, allowing you to navigate life in harmony with destiny rather than reacting blindly. Timing is everything. The divine rarely announces the full plan at once. Whispers, nudges, delays, they are preparation. Every obstacle, every delay, every small success is orchestrating your life toward alignment. Capricorn, the coincidences you've ignored may have been life-altering signals waiting for your attention. Samuel, Clara, and Miriam all demonstrate that ordinary moments often hide extraordinary opportunities. Your awareness and courage in these moments will define the next chapter of your life. Invisible forces are real. They push, guide, and redirect. The resistance you feel is the precursor to your transformation. Even history shows invisible orchestration. Alexander's mentors, Rosa Parks' courage, Churchill's timing, all aligned with forces beyond human understanding. Capricorn, your circumstances are no different. They are preparing the stage for your decisive moment. Faith draws the invisible to you. Feeling overlooked or undervalued is preparation. The labor of persistence, unseen work, is the foundation for the breakthrough that is approaching. The signs, whispers, nudges, they are consistent. Your leap of faith, courage, attentiveness, they are required. Even now, the person, message, or opportunity that will redefine your life is closer than you imagine. Timed, orchestrated, and precise, the forces around you are converging for a moment that will feel impossible until it occurs. The invisible threads of your life are pulling together, preparing for a precise encounter. Your breakthrough, your miracle, your alignment, though hidden, is approaching with precision. And yet, just beyond your current vision, something extraordinary waits. A person, a message, an opportunity so perfectly timed that when it arrives, it will feel as if the universe itself has spoken directly into your life. Capricorn, the moment is closer than you think. The unseen alignment is almost complete. Your leap of faith is imminent.